You can make a difference. By becoming a supporter of our channel, you not only help us thrive, but also become an active part of our community. The link to join us is in the description. Father, do you know when we feel a weight within us, afraid that everything can go wrong? Yeah, I'm feeling that way. Do you know when a person feels lost in the midst of confusion? Yeah, this is me. That's how I feel. It is a meaningless sadness. I know I have a potential to be happy, to look much more. Even incentive other people do the same. I encourage them not to have fear, but I'm experiencing a lot of this fear. I feel prisoner, and it has bothered me. This has given me a great anguish. Somehow we all include ourselves, because who doesn't have to live this daily challenge? Living is a daily challenge. It's like drinking water. The water you took yesterday is not for today's headquarters. The food you ate yesterday, of course, he may be nourishing you yet, but you need to renew the food. The meaning for life is like that too. I break the rules of defects for me to start living on the rules of virtues. I have sensitivity, the simplicity of identifying my excesses, what makes me a difficult person, and start working. The sooner I start working this, the greater the benefit. Because it's good for us to live the conversion. We are more enjoyable. We are happier. We are more fulfilled. And this is the first benefit of the convention. Because when we give up these excesses, we look even more beautiful. Because you start to make room to grow on you what the excesses do not allow. Many virtues do not grow in us. It is because defects suffocate the defect. It has an ordinary, absurd power of choking daily. It is just like the one who is addicted. While he doesn't look in the mirror and says, "This addiction kills me," he doesn't start to break free. It's no use saying. The addict must recognize himself as a killer of himself. Only from the moment he recognizes himself does he stop killing himself. And that addiction, which is an ordinary poison because it is every day, he stops in the veins, he stops in his mouth. He stops polluting his head. And that person suddenly begins to realize beautiful things from herself, which until then she didn't realize, because addiction did not allow. My people, sometimes we are cultivating some harmful habits, and we no longer accuse ourselves. You know that a great human damage I have identified is that people get used to what they have bad. They adapt to what are bad. They lost the ability to be outraged, as I was saying. Sometimes you can't recruit the best in yourself. It is being shot down. This is not just your problem, my daughter. All of us, if we don't take care of, we are losing the reference of reality. What we really need to do, for what? Do it to achieve the best of us. This is conversion. When I lose the ability to indignant with what is bad in my ambience, I lose the power to transform. It is the indignation that moves me toward change. It is a damage that we cannot measure, because sometimes people forget to allow God to transform their hearts. Sometimes it transforms only the outside aspect. But what about the heart? What is this that makes me before each other? Is this that makes me promoting the other in love, tolerance? Sometimes people don't look into each other. Sometimes we are feeding a difficult, heavy temperament, and we say that it is converted or is in the process of conversion. But what process is this that does not accelerate our simplicity, our lightness? What conversion is this that does not make me a lighter person to others? What conversion is this that does not get myself out of arrogance? It is the first sign, my people, whom they say religious, because it is the fruit of spirituality in us. I don't feel better than anyone. I look into others without pretending to be better than them, you know? If I'm a good boss, it's okay to be hard. The good boss is usually hard, demanding, but never arrogant. Demanding, but never intolerant. Demanding, but not unbearable. And I have the opportunity to choose to be a positive answer or be a negative answer. I can be an evangelical response here, based on this word, Or I can be an unholy answer that has no commitment to the sacredness of people's lives. I can be a Christian response that will favor good friendship relationships, fruitful, loving relationships. You can be a positive response as a husband in your wife's life, in your children's lives. You may be in your husband's life, your children, your brothers. You got out of bed, you start to be an answer to the world. This is interesting. When I realize that a sacrifice, a gesture of renunciation will help me break the power of the rules of defects. Because a human being who lives adapted to his shortcomings, a human being who lives under the rules of his defects, he is unbearable. He is difficult at work. He is difficult within the family. He is difficult in the love relationships he will live. Why? Because he is a porcupine. You are always ready to throw your thorns on others. He is difficult for himself. If I get used to what is evil in me, if I adapt to my jealousy, if I adapt to my vanity, if I adapt to my envy, my intolerance, forget it. You cannot expect a transformation from me. And that's why that I say again, I keep thinking, my people, that everyone is a response to the world. I am an answer. There is a question that is asked daily, without it being formulated with words. Every time I announce myself to the world, I am an answer. Today, a store that I come in to look at something, I am an answer. A human answer. I am the result of a story. I am the result of an education. I am the result of relationships. I'm not by chance. I am an answer that walks, that speaks, that thinks, who lives. And every time I think of myself, I come in this opportunity that I have to be a positive response to the world, to make my life a response that sees me, an answer that may be good to be seen. It's like when we approach someone and suddenly you realize that the other was happy because you arrived. It's an answer that pleases, isn't it? When I scare others, I need to review my conversion very honestly. I can't understand that, When I, in the exercise of being who I am, I distract people, think that they do not exist. It's how you get to a place and not agree it was there, because you think you're the best, the goodness in history. How many times do we see this? When passing through the building, the porter who is there, my God, this man participates in my life. He may not enter my house every day, but I pass it every day. You can observe. Very difficult people are difficult before being unbearable to others. They are unbearable to themselves. That's why they have so much difficulty being with others, to be instrumental of good things. So if I don't break the rules of my defects, if I don't bother to stop being adapted to them, my addictions, if I don't make this movement, I'm becoming an unbearable person. The meaning of life needs to be cultivated daily. You cannot give up cultivating one day. How important we are to live the dynamics of tearing up from us all that can be an obstacle to our realization. This daily surprise to feel that when we accept simplicity as a life project, we are more accessible to the other. We don't put so much barrier to the other to arrive.
Thank you for joining us on this spiritual journey at Path of Faith. Your participation is key to our community's growth, so please leave your comments, give us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more uplifting content.